Hey, and welcome to March 2025. So, we have an interesting, complex month ahead of us, and thankfully, Mars is now direct. So, Mars had been retrograde since the beginning of December, December 6th. And that really affects us, especially our body or trying to take initiative, motivation, or action. So, at the end of February, on the 23rd of February, it went direct. So, that's amazing, amazing news. And so keeping that in mind, we'll start to feel a little bit more energy moving. However, March is a bit of a complex month because we have Venus going retrograde, well, retrograde as of the 1st, and then we have Mercury that's also going to be retrograde. So even though we have some energy that's starting to finally flow in some ways, we also are going to be really asked to slow down this month and really review and reflect. And we have the 9 and 3 numbers that we're working with numerologically. So 9 is also asking us to review our past and really looking at what we still need to release and let go. And so with the 3 this month, and then how that will look for you personally will also depend on your own personal cycle. So keep in mind that the 3 represents communication and the 3 represents world stage. It represents illusions. It represents kind of like the play in essence. And then we've got the 9 saying, okay, so let's review potentially how our relationship is with the world stage. How do we communicate with the world stage? What kind of communication is coming back at us? What is true? What is false? What is illusion? What is actually reality? What resonates with us individually and personally? So the 9 is going to help us to review, and 9 represents that humanitarian number. And 3 also represents people. It's very social. So it's very much going to be asking, both of these numbers are going to be asking us to maybe take a look at, or things might play out on the world stage where we start to become more aware of the power of the people, but also the vulnerabilities of people, and really what is serving the highest, greatest good for all of humanity. So the 3 is also asking us to really look at our relationship with how we nurture ourselves. How do we mother ourselves? How do we mother others? It could be something around Mother Earth, Mama Earth, but really asking us to look at what's our relationship with ourselves, and especially with Venus going retrograde, that's really asking us to look at our relationship with our self-love. How worthy are we? Do we feel? How deserving do we feel of receiving love, being in alignment to love, expressing love? Our relationship with authority, with money. So that's kind of Venus essence, but also it's also about, again, looking at the world stage. How is the world stage playing out? So we might see a lot of new revelations coming out. There's been, it's just a lot of tumultuousness in the collective and on the world stage, a lot of things happening that's potentially not yet understandable. So this month could again be really highlighting some new things, or some things could really kind of kick out and up, yet at the same time, we're being asked to really slow down and review, reflect, rejuvenate, reset. So the invitation for us really is, with so much of this complex energy, is to really bring it back to our own heart first and foremost, in really just, regulating our emotions. 3 is very much about the subconscious and the emotions. So it's really about, what do I need to do to regulate my emotions, cleanse my energy field, my emotional field? What do I need to do to just kind of come back into my own center? And I know that each month that probably comes up because it truly right now is one of the most important things for us, because how we're really going to create this new earth and contribute to it in the most highest way we can, highest expression, highest timeline we can, is by first and foremost, regulating our own being and processing our own emotions, and then being able to get into that higher alignment. And 3 offers that opportunity and that access to these higher degrees of emotions as well. So that potentially can come up, and 9 represents deep emotions. So this could be a really interesting kind of month, in the sense of, we might feel just a whole new depth of compassion, of care, want to really nurture ourselves or nurture others. And it could also be, again, that we might have a lot more of other deep emotions rising up and needing our attention, needing just some space to move and some honor, of what we're really experiencing, and then being able to allow ourselves to take the time that we need to take care of ourselves, to balance ourselves, and to come back into our heart, and come back into our own personal resonance. So we have eclipses in this month as well, and we have equinox. So there's a lot going on. And the eclipses, we changed nodes in January. The collective nodes previously were in Aries and Libra. So they were on the Aries-Libra axis. As of January, they officially changed into Pisces and Virgo axis. So North Node, Pisces, South Node, Virgo axis. So that means that this eclipse season is the first eclipse officially that we will see on this axis of Pisces and Virgo. We had a taste of it last fall, but we were still officially then in the nodes of the Aries and the Libra. So it wouldn't be fully kind of like a pure theme and essence coming through. So this month, this is the first month we're officially in the eclipse seasons moving forward for the next 18 months or so, going to be around that Pisces and Virgo. So pay attention to any themes that come up around these eclipses this month, because whatever potentially comes up for us personally and potentially on the world stage is potentially what we're going to see playing out for the next 18 months. So just, kind of note that as well. And the gift of Mercury retrograde is, Mercury goes down into the underworld and it gains information access. It's also communication. So this is going to be interesting with that 3, with the communication too. It actually is able to extract and take out information and understanding of things that we previously weren't able to see in our conscious mind. So with that, with the eclipses, potentially lots of information downloads or just new understanding, new expressions, but just maybe new awareness and new understanding of things potentially can really come up this month for us. So great month to just, take some time to meditate, take some time to journal or reflect, whatever that means for you, being out in nature or just kind of whatever you resonate with and are guided to do this month to just kind of really get tuned into processing and integrating, but just slowing down so that you can really cultivate that self-awareness. Now, we also have the equinox on the 20th, and I'll be offering a complimentary clearing for the equinox. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're interested in that, check out catherinemarshall.com, go to courses, and it's under there. You can just register for free. You do need to register, and then you'll be sent a Zoom link, and we'll be doing that on the 20th. And the equinox is a very powerful portal, and it's, the birthing of spring is coming, and that's the birth of the spring. So it's really considered, in a sense, the new year. And the equinox itself is this balance, equal balance. So it's a great time just to really take some time, whether you join me or not, and I please hope you do. But if you don't want to do that, invitation is still just maybe do something to honor, even if it's just going outside for 5 minutes and just setting an intention, or just, tuning into the awakening of Mama Earth as spring starts to, the energy of spring starts to birth. Very powerful time for rebirth. And so again, I love that we've got this review from Venus happening in retrograde, and we've got this, kind of opportunity with Mercury for review and for reflection. So it's kind of like really giving us an opportunity to go into this spring with just maybe a new understanding and having had some time to just really reflect and review so that we can really go into this new season very mindful, very conscious, very aware, and very clear, potentially, who we want to be, how we want to show up, what we want to experience. And the 9's still saying, what do we want to let go of? What have we learned from our past? And what do we really want to release and let go of so that we can really start to show up in the way that we want to for ourselves, for others, for the world, and we can really start to create and contribute in that powerful way. So lots going on this month. And so just invitation is take gentle care, really slow down. Nutrition, if you can, just, be mindful of what you're eating, lots of chronic food. That 3 represents that, where, 3 is asking us to release codependency. It's asking us to show up in, again, that more balanced and equal way. And I love that we've got that support with the equinox also supporting that, because it's, again, that equal of, our light and our shadow, and being able to integrate the 2 and potentially be able to balance the 2. So it's going to be a very interesting month. And so I will see you on the other side, and happy equinox and bright blessings to you all. Namaste.